washing the damn floor.
I know, I know.
And so somehow it has to get out there. Also, is there any way, I don't know, use it more visually, dramatically, somehow to ensnare him, but anybody have other ideas of how he is snared without actually using the
I know.
net?
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Maybe,
They actually throw it on there.
Well, I mean, we had the shadows, I mean, originally we were considering a large silk or something, in the back that, kind of blanketing and just shadow. We could potentially kind of take it out, like, put these down, go out, grab or like take the net and then ensnare him. Just one way to make it happen.
What happens if is the machine there? What happens if you actually extend that net? What does it look like?
Extend the net.
I guess the piece is very evocative, and I project a tremendous amount into it.
This is,
And this doesn't necessarily remind me of a net.
yeah, I
It
know,
reminds
it's
me of-
heavy, we found it in the prop, I don't like it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a giant piece of macrame.
Okay, yeah.
And when I was looking at it, I was thinking about plants and macrame.
Uh-huh, okay.
So everybody's going to project onto that what it is. But
Okay.
what happens if you hold it vertically? Like, can you hold it like,
This?
yeah, like that?
I mean, if we could get some sort of, maybe something more silk or something more delicate, and I mean, it could be, the sentimental dance of sorts.
I like the sentimentality implied by yours like little silks behind the curtain. What if you use Jeff's chain for Ivan out like in front
Just
of the
what?
curtain? What if you use Jeff's chain to be the prop to ensnare
Metal
Ivan?
chain?
Yeah, the metal chain. You could just
On
like
the
take
table.
something simple, like wrap it, like you have the red thing wrapped around your neck already. You could like then
No, we
wrap the
tried
chain
it.
around
Also,
your neck or
In
something.
the best of all possible worlds, what if you had 30 feet of that chain?
right,
I was also thinking you could do it without any props, just by being really open, and then starting to close down and mime that you're captured, like you can't, or like your bars or something,
it's a good idea,
Just
too.
an idea.
I think there's some actual long chains in the prop room, so that's a possibility. as well.
Because also it would add cool sound.
Right.
It would add cool sound.
Well, and these have a really neat sound too, when they're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, but I don't know, I mean, these, like, there is this great kind of like,
Shh, that didn't happen because it didn't get broken. Okay.
here, come up here.
What?
Hey, come
Just
up
be
here.
very careful with the mics, okay?
Sorry. Come on, yeah, I mean, as far as kind of the victorious at the end, I mean, there's this kind of great noise that these can make. So yeah, I'm just figuring out what can represent capture.
Yeah. Get some chains. Get a different type of fabric.
All right.
Is there more of that shiny? What is that?
Yeah, they're just little. So I got them from the costume department. They're all small. There is a long one. It's narrow. That almost does imply a rope type. It's kind of a long narrow.
Play with that too.
Yeah.
Play with those different objects to do those things. Again, make sure when you make it's about the sound, but you're playing with the lights in a very interesting way. You're making really beautiful stuff. Really focus on the lights. I really had to be convinced you needed to use that.
Yeah.
And you
And were
convinced
you?
me. And you convinced me.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a backdrop. It really changed the whole dynamism of it, and it added something very, very specific that only that thing could add. And so I felt that it really did come forward and play with, it looks like metal. I think you have a lot of things you can play with in the context of the piece. The beginning, you must talk to us.
Okay.
You must look dead at us and talk to us, and then Lauren can come in and so forth. The hero thing is better behind the shadow, because you can be a giant hero. And it just works better that way.
Okay.
Sounded interesting. See what other things you can come up with. I like when you came forward and we're rolling on the edge of the stage and hanging off and changing the shape with that object too. So I think that's the main thing, if you're gonna, there are many ways you can find somebody and wrap them up. The other thing I see when I see that is a net, and I think of fishermen.
Yeah.
So that was like fish, water.
I'm a fish caught in a net.
Too many connotations, yeah.
Yeah, so,
All right, so
the thing is people are gonna read all over it in 100 different ways
Yeah.
and so forth.
Well, y'all like these or no? I
Yes,
love
I
them.
love
Yeah.
them.
In there, keep them.
I actually thought you guys caught that was like incredible. It was like immense.
I would,
ways to look at it. It's so good.
yeah,
It looked like there was multiple of them while you guys were doing that.
yeah. I would add more, do you have more strips?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, I would add more strips on.
Okay.
I'd make them huge flourishes, almost like fireworks. So when you went like this, you got this huge explosion, which is, yeah, so it's like go everywhere, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, last group, please. So we've seen the net, let's see some other stuff besides that too.
Do y'all want these back up front?
What?
You don't need them? Okay.
And if they're not, Lauren, if they're not using the shadow curtains, do you get rid of them totally, please? Thanks.
Is that got rid of or should I further?
Yeah, just so I can't see it.
Yeah.
Interesting. And which manifesto did you choose? When you choose a manifesto, make sure you include the word like noise, spaghetti, so forth, so we have some sense of what this piece is about.
Just when you feel like it's the right time.
There it is.
Can I eat it?
No,
Oh, I can't do it.
no.
You can't throw this.
You can take some bites.
Oh, I couldn't read.
No,
But it's cool.
we can't, we can hurt you.
Okay, you can eat that
You
one.
can toss it at us.
Okay, you have to give us instructions then because we have to make sure that we do not hurt you. Okay?
Are these?
Oh, I ain't throwing that. Don't throw the donut in my mouth.
Okay, you don't have to throw the apple. You can throw a donut.
Yeah, don't throw it in my mouth.
If you throw a donut, don't hit her.
Throw the donut in my mouth.
Michelle, send me a note that when I go to the dollar store in Bremerton, to look for plastic fruit and apples. Plastic fruit and plastic vegetables, okay? Everybody here, if you're at a dollar store and you see plastic vegetables and fruit, we might have use for them in class.
image, right, special use. And the center front discussion.
Michelle,
What?
can you make a note to check with Matt if we can get rid of that?
The down front.
Screen it all, is there something we
That's
can drape
the one
in
that
front of it
goes,
when it's not being used?
Yeah, mid-center special
Just make a
and
note.
the, yes.
Because I find it distracting.
I have written down, just so you know.
I just want to look at that and have that thing glowing up there.
I just had upstage.
What did you have? Yeah, that's for second act.
For scene one, you guys told me just upstage 95. We can do something different.
Yeah, just change it.
Just let me know.
Okay, alright, well, let's just roll with
For
this.
this one, we just need the shadow light in the back. Left shadow light.
Oh yeah, shadow layer one.
Does it work with that light up ahead?
Are you making shadow?
Yeah, we want to kill the center. There we go.
There you go.
All right, spread it wide. Kill the light.
We got our, special, thank you. Test, test. Test. Eccentric Americans, cascades of uncontrollable hilarity. Forcibly drags, cascades of uncontrollable hilarity. eccentric Americans, eccentric Americans, eccentric Americans, forcibly drags clownishly. The audience cooperates. Double final victory! Cascades of uncontrollable hilarity. Eccentric Americans, cascades of uncontrollable hilarity. Eccentric, weird, eccentric, weird, eccentric, weird. Cascades of weird Americans. Cascades of uncontrollable Americans. Eccentric, eccentric, weird. Forcibly drags, bicker clownishly. Whimsically mechanize. Whimsically mechanize. Whimsically mechanize. Methodical. Systematically. Systematically, methodical, mechanize, systematically, mechanize, methodical, systematically, every unhealthy idealism.
What's going on?
Yeah, man, what are you doing? Are you just standing there? Come on.
I'm the piece.
Do you not, like,
Did you forget what we were
did you want to?
No,
What do you-
I'm the piece.
Like, do you not like what we're doing, or?
No, what, no,
Do you
what?
want to do something else like that? What are you doing?
I'm doing
Come on, man.
I'm the piece.
Yeah,
You're the worst.
alright, you know what? Can we just, I'm just asking for you to do a little more, okay?
I'm the piece. You're
What
the
is that?
worst.
You need to do something.
I'm the piece.
Just do
You're the
something.
worst.
Can you just help out and just do
Yes,
something?
I am doing something. I'm
What is this? Looks great.
Thanks.
Eccentric Americans. Cascades of uncontrollable hilarity. The finest, the best, the greatest, the finest, the best, the greatest, monotonous crises, the best, the finest, the greatest, whimsically, the best, the greatest, the finest, the best, the greatest, the finest, the finest, the greatest, the best, the finest, the greatest, the greatest, the best, the finest. Omnipotence of a methodical will.
Looping the loop. Begin.
Methodical.
Begin.
Systematically.
Begin. Relax.
Systematically. Systematically. Systematically.
Cars, bicycles, horseback.
Systematically. Systematically. The finest, the best, the greatest, the finest, the best, the greatest, the finest, the best, the greatest, the finest, the best.
Do you smell that?
Oh God, what is that?
Bad.
Dude, what is that?
Oh my god. We have lights. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Sick.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the ugliest of them all?
Ah,
Is it this one?
no, it's gotta be that. Oh, that one? No, that one. Oh, no, maybe that one. Oh, I can't choose. It's so ugly. Oh, God.
Really, 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 really ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. Ugly. So ugly. So much of cold on me. Ugly. You're so ugly. You're so ugly. Ugly. Ain't nobody got no carrots out there. Oh! Really? Really?
Ugly, very ugly. Oh my god.
Really ugly! Really ugly! Ugly!
Ugliest audience I've ever seen. I can't believe you're still here.
Think about all of you.
Go home, please. Ugly.
So ugly. Makes me sick.
Go home.
Sick.
Lights.
Lights up. Which manifesto?
That was variety theater.
Comments?
Feel very
Great. I think maybe I would have liked to see Andrew doing more like variety things. I mean, you had the twirling. I don't know what that really was, but maybe if it was like a yo-yo, I would have done. I don't know. I didn't love that.
It's bizarre, weird thing.
So in the context of the beginning, variety, each person keeps on doing like, he's twirling, somebody else does something else, so as many different little variety act things
Yeah.
as possible. So you can do that.
I could pass the baton.
What else?
Definitely shocking.
Definitely shocking. Definitely shocking instead of.
Shock art.
I'm gonna rein the text in though. Okay. I'm gonna rein the text in eventually. Go ahead, please. What else?
I feel like they play with it longer. Like the audience longer.
What else?
Is it just real? I was just thinking the idea of having a banded audience.
What were the idea of the 3 sections?
Well, it said in the text this like
One of the lines
twirling
is,
ideas.
one of the lines is give birth to weird mechanisms or weird objects or something.
Okay. So the opening image of the bird thing. Okay. Close the curtain for a second, please. In this case, you probably could do arm, back way up and make yourself big. Big end. There's all sorts of ways of doing this sort of thing too. But for me, the whole bird thing, I got it, but it wasn't visually, it was visually small. Where it
I'm
could
very
have been.
disconnected. I already had forgotten about it. I kind of forgot
It's
it.
not working.
So the
Use
question
the other
becomes,
ones. It's not working.
so we have like, you can go in behind.
Use the one that's working because that one isn't working anymore.
Oh, it's not working?
Yeah, you have to switch them out. There you go.
I just got unplugged.
Now, make yourself giant back there. Now turn forward, imagine, see, so here, if we had you up on a chair, some way of extending your legs, you could give birth very easily, and Andrew, other Andrew can stay. Okay, so play with this idea, so we have one here, but you can actually go down here in your jacket, you can part these curtains and deliver whatever it is you're delivering, but it's a much more dynamic visual statement.
We had some light on them.
You didn't, I think that.
Yeah, but you can play with that idea.
That?
It was that.
What was that?
It was that.
Probably, no, I don't know if they're back there. No, I don't know if they're back there, but there used to be these really tall stools, Andrew, that you could sit on top of. I don't know if we have any there. But
There's some like when Jeff is leaning his feet on.
yeah, take one of those up on stage, please, Jeff. Okay. My other question is, yeah, because you wanted to bring something out, so you can't get it through that back curtain. No, you can sit and throw your legs now. How close? Get as close to the, no, full forward, full front. Now, yeah. Play with it, lean backwards. How far can you get your legs out?
The legs that you feel your big.
Oh,
yeah.
There
you go.
There you go.
Try and play it straighter instead of
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that would help with the delivery and everything like that, going down. and so forth. Hey, lights up, please. Comments still. I'll say this uniformly across the board is something I want to see people work on more, is the shape of your costumes and even more so the distortion of proportion. As we're adding more pieces, that technique is not coming forward to suit your advantage here. So really, really focus on that as you create your last pieces and let it do the work for you. Let it do the work for you. It's a good technique, but I'm not seeing it come forward yet as much as it needs to come forward. So parts 2 and part 3. Birth variety show. You play the piano. Does anyone else play a musical instrument in your group?
Yeah, I have this in my job note, but I don't know. We didn't have that a super strong structure, so it kind of
Sure.
we like played with it. But yeah.
But you
Mutilated.
do play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can go out and do the piano and play the piano. There's all sorts of things you can do for variety.
I'd love to see you pull it on stage while she's talking.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
yeah. Birth variety.
Okay.
So you show different things. Is there any juggle?
We pretend to juggle.
Does anybody in class juggle?
We can, like,
Can you help them?
really bad.
John is willing to run on create a juggle for you. Okay. So any talents you can actually bring forward at that point through it. The third section is essentially scripted, and I understand the idea of it, and I understand that's something we could eventually do in the context of it, but it unmarried you from the text in the sense of it unmarried you from the text of your thing, and it became a whole different piece. Okay? So I'd like you to return to the script and see what's in that text and see what you can use. If you want to do the same thing, or you can alter it or something, but I'd like to see you have to use the text. The text is a confinement. It has thousands of words in it, okay? But it is a confinement, okay? So I'd like to see you return to that. Other comments?
If they even have eccentric America, then you can direct that at I think that's.
Yeah, eccentric. I really like the eccentric Americans thing is interesting because when I was listening to it, I was thinking like exceptional Americans, eccentric Americans, and it became we're doing Gertrude Stein next. And for some reason, because my mind is on her, it became about her. But it became about eccentric Americans, special Americans. It took on a whole political aspect that you could just project all over because we didn't really know exactly what it was. And it sounds great too, so I thought that was one of the huge points that really works well for you. Again, if you're moving, I want you to pay attention to not only what you're doing here, but I want to see what you're making on that big screen. Because that seemed to vanish. The shadow work seemed to vanish. This was good, but that can emphasize everything you're doing out there too. Other comments?
Yeah, I definitely want to hear Miracle. I mean, as far as, because I love that it's such a American confined piece. If you can try to really complement it, I think, because it's as if you're the star, but you're not really. We're supposed to think you are, but really Mira's kind of the same star. I mean, as far as our attention goes. I wanted it to match a little more. I wanted it to complement a little better.
Comments? Other comments? I did wish you would gesticulate in your costume at some point. Okay. Other comments?
Just asking you to do a little more.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Okay. If you can find words in that thing, maybe the word is more. More. Stop creating sentences and scripting it that way. Okay? More. I know you know how to make sentences. That's how we get through life. That's how you get through college. But more. Take the words. And you are married to those thousands of words that are in there. Okay? Other comments? Group talk? What did people think of them overall? Yeah, they were cool. I thought that they were really nicely dimensional. People were making good use of text and combining it and so forth.
Hey, Andrew, can we hear you?
I'll go to the dollar store this weekend in Bremerton, and it has to be a really good one. It's actually killer.
I said something about carrots. You know what good at carrots?
So the idea was that you would take today, the idea was that you would take today and, oh, it's up, please.
So our next seminar is on Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday, it's on Tuesday. From now on, we're back to Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. Everybody have we'll talk about Gertrude Stein, because you're going to be reading this weekend, I hope. A couple things. So the idea was that you continue to develop things. I would like to see them continue to develop. I think there were a lot of sound, really interesting ideas. And I think you really keep what you have, don't throw it away. I always worry that when you develop something, you throw away things. You throw away too many things. Okay? So keep what you have and continue to develop. Everyone at some point has to be out here. Okay, so make sure that you're out here at some point, even if you're running lights for other things, but be out here too. What do you think about that? So we can continue developing, really developing pieces. Yes? Yes? Take the notes you got today and work with them. Okay? Work with them. Okay? I don't, when I look at a piece, I look at a piece as does it work or does it not? Is it visually dynamic? Does it really hold together? What are possibilities beyond what is immediately up there? Okay? So we can continue to do that. So you would have, Monday you would come in the morning and you would work with Matt. People are doing a great job on the board, but everybody at some point needs to step up to the board to be able to do it. Because eventually we have a performance in here, you're all going to be scrambling for each other. There's a small group of us, and we don't get that much outside support. We got a few people from the staff back there. Oh yeah. And again, it comes up to you if you want to do a Facebook page, all those things. But we have to talk about the parameters of those things if you want to do them.
The students has to do it.
Facebook page, yeah, you can do it.
So what? So we got a flyer.
Like, you know, flyer, we can have a Facebook page, all sorts of stuff for advertisement. The show, when we have a show. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're moving around midterm. We're going to sit back and say, do we want to shoot for a variety show cabaret? Do we want just like a small like lab setting where we're going to show some of our sound, show examples of some of the stuff we made? You know, we can do that. You know, but it's going to be very loose. I don't think we want to spend weeks polishing something. Yeah, they were visually dynamic. The texting was really pretty good in lots of places. Keep it simple. Keep it dynamic. Okay? Keep your visuals alive. When text enters a piece, the visuals go bye-bye. They just do. Text is so powerful, it tends in American theater particularly to obliterate everything else. It just goes away. I don't know how many evenings I sat in professional theaters being anesthetized visually because I could have been listening to on the radio. There was nothing to watch. But theater is not a matter of only words being heard. It is about seeing things in person. Okay? So you're going to continue to play with them. Monday, you have Matt from 11 to 1, and then you have afternoon to polish and clean, and then you present on Tuesday afternoon. Does that work? Yeah, does it work? Cool. On Monday afternoon, 323 upstairs during rehearsal time is available while this one is available. In both your rehearsal times, you can go upstairs to the big black floor rubber room, and you can work there on whatever you can work on. I'll talk to Matt. I can talk to Matt about trying to get a small shadow curtain up there in the shadow light for people, but as of yet, he hasn't been. So cool. No, good. You can continue to work. You can vary things. Don't throw away your best stuff, though. So I don't know what it is. People always throw away some of their best stuff. So I was worried when you get to work a second time that you throw away your best stuff. Any other questions?
What What exactly do we read this week?
Okay, what you read this week is you're reading an essay by Gertrude Stein called Plays. You're going to read a short piece of hers called Three Sisters Who Are Not Sisters, a melodrama. It's very short. And you're going to read a longer piece, an exercise and analysis, and then finally, stay with it, you're going to read her longest piece, which actually has been revised a number of times, Dr. Faustus Lights the Lights.
So plays and exercise and
Analysis,
Dr.
Faustus Lights the Lights. And Three Sisters. Yeah.
This is all by Gertrude Stein.
Pardon?
This is all Gertrude Stein.
It's all Gertrude Stein. Gertrude Stein is the Cubism. Cubism was the most influential arts movement of the 20th century, but there's only really one Cubist writer, and that was Gertrude Stein. And if Cubism takes an object, fragments it, puts the head by the feet by the heads, or it asks you to like look at things in a different way by slightly altering them. Like, we are three sisters who are not sisters. Not sisters. We are three sisters who are orphans. We are three sisters who are not sisters because we have not had the same mother or the same father, but because we are all three orphans, we are three sisters who are not sisters. So she's constantly playing with the words to make your head go like this. And she treats words like she does visual objects, but she treats words in space like visual objects, okay? Please read the essay on plays first. It helps you enter the play. Read an exercise and analysis next, probably, because that what I explained is a series of, does somebody have a copy of it there with you?
There's more copies than that.
It's over here.
Cool. So you have an exercise and analysis. It's based, Gertrude Stein was aware that when she went to the theater, people's minds would wander.